Manchester United 1, Leicester City 2 in the Premier League at Old Trafford. Leicester City tightening their grip on third place, tightening their grip on Champions League football next season ahead of a massive game in the FA Cup on Saturday against Chelsea, who are now just 2 points behind them in fourth place. Chelsea now 6 points behind Manchester United. United, I said a couple of videos ago, I might have even said it on Sunday, after that win against Villa, I thought we were still 6 points away from consolidating second place. I'm nervous now. I'm nervous. I don't think second place is done and dusted by any means. I really don't. And Leicester have given themselves a massive opportunity now. Yes, we have a game in hand, but Chelsea, they have a massive opportunity. They've got momentum. They could finish the season with 2 trophies. That's a really interesting game on Saturday. Two different styles. Leicester tonight in the first half were really slow. I thought out of the blocks. I thought they got a really good goal, but they didn't really capitalise on that, and they allowed United to get back into the game. And I thought actually United, given the fact that Ollie had made so many changes ahead of that Liverpool game on Thursday, ahead of so many fixtures so close together. There's a huge problem with fixture congestion at the moment. Ahead of that Liverpool fixture, he made a lot of changes tonight, and for the first half, I thought we competed. We played well in spells, but we never really threatened Leicester. Outside of the Greenwood goal, great finish by the way, great pass for Mata, and I thought Diallo did really well, shifted his body, and Greenwood sort of finished it off. But other than that, I thought United were slow at times. The passing from both teams really poor tonight. But Leicester in the second half, they really dug in. I don't know what Brendan Rodgers said to them at half time, but clearly, with players like Fernandes and Pogba, Cavani, Rashford not starting, Luke Shaw didn't start tonight. That's 5 players there, that they haven't started, and that I think had a massive impact on the game. But take nothing away from Leicester because we still got an experienced squad, an experienced lineup there. Matic I thought played really well tonight. I thought Rashford is at fault for the Sionchu goal. He comes on, he loses him, and it's an easy header. And from then on, Leicester never really looked back. And I didn't want to see us bringing sort of Fernandes and Cavani on it. I really didn't. I didn't want to see us bringing Rashford on, but obviously Ollie wanting to go and try and get something from this game because he'll know in himself that second place isn't done and dusted, and he will have wanted to have kept that momentum going. 14 games unbeaten in the Premier League before this game since that loss to Sheffield United. And the thing for me, when I sort of look at this game, I go, right, okay, we've now lost 5 games all season, but we've drawn 10. But those 5 defeats in the league, that's 15 points at home that we've dropped. We can't lose 5 games at home in the league. Now, yes, on the other side of that, our away record has been outstanding. And, if we get a result against Wolves, away, we could finish the season. We could finish the season unbeaten away. So, there's a lot to play for. But, this Liverpool game, I think somewhere in Ollie's head, I think he was probably thinking this is the biggest game of our season, the biggest game of the domestic football calendar, one of the biggest games, if not the biggest game in world football. We want to just try and get through the Leicester game unscathed. We've got the Europa League final coming up. We've already lost Harry Maguire. He might not make the final now, although there are different reports that he might do. So I think in Ollie's mind, he was torn between, do we go out and just go for this game, or do we try and get through it, try and maybe sneak a point, sneak a win? Obviously, that's not what he's like telling his team, but I think in his mind, that's what he's thinking. Just get through this game unscathed. Then Liverpool, we can sort of just put a fully strength team out, because this team was under strength tonight. And in defence of this team, there are a lot of players there that were playing that started tonight that haven't played a lot of football this season, that haven't played together. So he's starting with Diallo and Elanga, which is great. Again, he's starting young players, he's giving them an opportunity, he trusts them, and that's what you can say about Ollie is that he puts his faith in young players. We've seen it with Brandon Williams last season. I was disappointed with Brandon Williams tonight. I thought he was a little bit sloppy tonight with some of his passing. And I'm a huge Brandon Williams fan, and I've wanted to see him play more football this season. Whether he's going to become more, he's going to have more of a part to play next season. I think if Tellers does stay, and there are reports that he won't stay, that he'll be gone in the summer. Obviously, it's Luke Shaw and Tellers are his first two choices for that left back position. So I think, does he now play him as the second choice to Wan-Bissaka on that right side? That's a big question that he's answering. Where is he going to go out on loan? So there are a lot of questions that need answering. But tonight, with so many changes, Mata, I thought he had a good first half, but he sort of just didn't have as big an impact as he maybe he would have had, several years ago. He's never been the quickest, and I think that showed again in periods of the game tonight. I was really disappointed with Van der Beek tonight. I was really disappointed because we've been crying out for him to get starts this season, and we know what a talent he is. We've seen the videos, we've seen the highlight packages and all this stuff, and we've seen what he can do. But when I've watched him, with the exception of it was the Everton game at Goodison early in the season in the league, I won that game, and I thought he was brilliant on that day. Apart from that, I've not seen anything of him that I've thought, yeah, he deserves a place in this starting 11. He has a part to play. Now, maybe that's just because he's not been playing regular football and he's found it difficult. And it must be difficult. If you're not playing regularly, then you're just asked to come in and do a job. But tonight, I don't know what his job was. I just felt like he sort of drifted through the game. Now, a lot of players just drifted through the game, but I was expecting a lot more from him. I wanted to see, like, right, what is it? What is it about Van der Beek? Because admittedly, I've not seen every game that he's played. I've not seen every single game he's played before he's come to Manchester United. My only experience of watching Van der Beek before coming to Manchester United is sort of highlights or highlight packages or whatever. There's videos on YouTube, which is great. But when it comes down to playing a full 90 minutes, I haven't seen what he can offer as long term. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any urgency in his play. I haven't seen any real movement. I've just seen tonight a player that's drifting through a game. He's drifted through this game. But it wasn't just Van der Beek. On a positive, I thought Transabi was really good tonight. I thought I thought some of the work he did defensively was really good. I thought he put a really good shift in. But as for Leicester, I just think, and I've been one of them, I've questioned whether they have the strength, the mental strength to push through and get into that top four, or sort of consolidate their place in the top four. And of course, it fell away from them last season. Towards the end of last season, they missed out on the last day of the season against Manchester United, who they've now beaten in the FA Cup 3-1 this season, and they've beaten us at Old Trafford 2-1, and of course we've got a 2-2 draw, at Leicester back in December. So they've certainly got one over us at the minute. But there's a lot of pressure on Leicester. They won the Premier League, and then they were in the Champions League, and then they were sort of drifting through a couple of seasons. But Brendan Rodgers has come in and he's done a tremendous job. And I think this pressure just tells you where Leicester City are as a football club and where they're going. And it is a proper fairy tale story. They haven't got an infinite transfer budget. They can't just go out and get the best players in the world, but they work with what they've got, and that's not That's not me saying what they've got isn't, a talented group of players, but I think they don't have the luxury that a Manchester City or a Chelsea have. Can't just go out and get a player that they want. It takes time. I think their recruitment's been really good. I think players like Fofana have really shone this season. Maddison didn't start tonight, but he's obviously, for me, he's the jewel in the crown. He really is at Leicester. I think Vardy is obviously struggling for goals, but you know that he'll come good eventually. Could come good in the FA Cup, and you know what? If Leicester, and I think they will do it, but it's still technically it's still an if. But if they get top four, and if they win an FA Cup, I think Brendan Rodgers has to be uh, in serious contention for manager of the season. He really does. Now, Guardiola will get all the plaudits, and Bielsa will, of course, get plaudits because of what he's done with Leeds, bringing them up and making them competitive in their first season back in the Premier League. But what Brendan Rodgers has done, to win a trophy on Saturday, he does that, and if they then go on to get top four Champions League football next season, that takes them to the next level. And it'd be interesting to see what they do in the summer then, because they can then attract other players to the football club. So I think a lot of credit has to go to Leicester. And I think in the second half, they deserve the win. I'm not one of these people that will just begrudge another team winning. I won't make excuses. Yes, I could say we've made a lot of changes, but there was enough experience in there to get something or to perform better. And I think in the second half, we allowed Leicester to play. They were really good. They were really good in the second half, and we just couldn't get near them. But interesting. So Manchester United have been beaten at Old Trafford for the 5th time this season in the Premier League. We've also lost in the Champions League at home. We lost to PSG. So not an incredible record at home this season, but I don't think this result. I don't think we should read too much into this result because, as I say, lots of changes. Full credit to Leicester. They were the better team. They deserved to win. We went at the races in the second half. But, we're having a very good season and it could end with silverware. And if we win the Europa League, which is not a foregone conclusion, by the way, a lot of people saying, oh, yeah, we've already won it. We've already won it. Yeah, United have won. No, we've not. We've played Villarreal 4 times. 4 times we've played Villarreal. And we've never scored against them. They've never scored against us. They've all been goalless draws. No score draws. So somebody's got to score. I hope it's us. But that's a massive game now. And hopefully Harry Maguire's going to be fit. But between now and then, there is a lot of football to play. We've got Liverpool, we've got Fulham, and we've got Wolves. 3 big games to try and consolidate second place now. But the next one is the biggest game of the season for me. It's Liverpool. It's massive on Thursday night. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. What do you think about the game tonight? If you're a Leicester City fan, what are you feeling now? Is it done and dusted? Have you sealed top 4, or are you still a little bit nervous? And what are your feelings going into an FA Cup final against Chelsea on Saturday? What a massive game. I'll be watching that. And of course, I think everyone's going to be thinking Leicester are the underdogs. So I'm going to be supporting Leicester. I'm going to put my Leicester City hat on, my Leicester City pin badge, and I'm going to be there to support Leicester. And look, hopefully it's going to be a top game, FA Cup final, everything to play for, as they say. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, why not leave a like, subscribe, and of course, leave any thoughts, comments, and feedback that you have on this or any of the other videos. And until next time, thank you for watching, and I will see you all soon.